Want to see how a tarantula turns one of these into this? Then you need to stay tuned. What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Amy and this is Pet Rock and Roll. Now today's video is a time-lapse video, as I'm sure you're already very well aware from the thumbnail that you have just clicked on. Now this video was not intended to be a time-lapse video. I didn't get this tarantula out with the intention of doing a time-lapse feeding video. I got her out because I felt that it was time for her to shine on my channels. I've had this tarantula for about 3 years now. I've grown her up from a small juvenile and I just thought, do you know what, I'm going to get her out, I'm going to try and film her and I'm going to see if I can get some footage together to share with you guys. However, the tarantula had different ideas. She was not playing ball with me, not aggressive, she was absolutely docile as can be, but I could not get her to move. She is the most stubborn tarantula throughout my entire collection. Obviously it's a Brachypelma. I'm sure people are going to say, well, that's Brachypelmas for you. Yes, it is. They are quite stubborn and they don't move a lot when you want them to. As you will see from this footage I'm overlaying, that I was tapping her feet, I was touching her with the paintbrush, and the most steps that she took was probably about 3 or 4, and that was it. She wasn't going anywhere else. So what I did instead was took a few really good photos of her. She's an absolute great model for taking photos because she sits still. So I then thought, do you know what, let's see if I can get her to feed outside of the enclosure. Knowing her, I thought, she will, because she is docile, nothing seems to faze her, she doesn't seem to get stressed out very easily, and lo and behold, yes, she did take down that locust. But once she got the locust in her mouth, everything changed. From then on, every time I touched her with a paintbrush, she flicked a load of hairs at me. My intention was to get her back in her enclosure so that she could eat that locust in peace, but nah, she was having none of it. Not even when I put the catch cup over her. She was like, no, I am not moving. I have this food and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to eat it. So that's when I thought, let's do a time lapse. It is some footage that I've always wanted to do. It's always been something in the back of my head. I've always thought, do you know what would be great? A time-lapse video of a tarantula eating from beginning to end. So this Brachypelma albiceps gave me that opportunity and she allowed me to film her throughout the entire time that she was eating. Now in real time this took about 5 hours, and as you can imagine, she's outside of her enclosure, so I couldn't go anywhere. I'm not complaining though, because it was brilliant to sit there and watch her eat the whole locust. So guys, are you ready? Are you ready for this amazing time-lapse footage of a Brachypelma albiceps eating a locust? Check it out. really pleased with how this footage came out. I couldn't have been happier. Sitting there for 4 or 5 hours watching a tarantula eat may seem boring to some people, but to me it was an absolute honour. I was more than happy to sit there and watch her eat. I actually ate pizza while she was doing it on the floor, sitting there watching her whilst I was eating pizza and she's eating a locust. How funny is that? Anyway, after she'd eaten the locust, she switched straight up to exactly how she was before I gave her that food. She went straight back into that docile state. I tried to get her on my hand. I haven't held this tarantula before. She didn't seem quite keen on how my hand felt on her feet. It was almost kind of as if she was going, ew, what's that? And so I didn't press her, I didn't push her, because that's not my aim. I only hold tarantulas if they are kind of willing to be held. I don't want to push them and stress them out, so I guided her into a catch cup instead, and she was more than happy to just stroll into that catch cup. Then I popped her back in her enclosure and she was absolutely fine. So please don't think that throughout this video this tarantula was stressed out at all, because she really wasn't. I know her very well. I know when she is stressed, and she wasn't stressed at all. The only time that she hair flicked at me was because she was telling me, you ain't having this food, it's mine, get away from me. And I respected her and I did that, and she gave me the opportunity to take all this footage, which was just absolutely fantastic. So one of my next videos, I'm intending on doing one on how a tarantula eats, so actually going through how they do it rather than just showing you footage of what they're doing. I want to explain how a tarantula actually breaks down prey and eats it. So make sure you stay tuned to my channel. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I next upload. Please like, comment and share if you can, because it really does help me out. I upload every Wednesday. So until I see you next time, please do take care of yourselves. Bye bye.